Hey folks, Tony from Mineral Springs Mountain near Valdez, North Carolina. I'm going to do a little garden update. It's been a while since I've done one. And I'm also going to tell you kind of a funny story. First of all, on some of my previous winter garden updates, you might have heard me talk about how I was mad at Lowe's Hardware for selling us too many collards. I planted all these collards, and then I bought a bunch of broccoli plants. When they all came up, they looked exactly the same, so I got mad and assumed that we only had collards. And what's funny, the funny story I was going to tell is that I thought all these were collards instead of broccoli, but now you can see, look at these florets coming up. Well, the funny story is this. I started pulling leaves off these about 2 or 3 weeks ago and started eating these like they were collards. And because I thought they were collards. But clearly they're broccoli. The florets were just coming up really slow. But here's the cool thing about this story is they're really good eating as greens. You can just pull these leaves, some of them, and take them in, wash them, roll them up, chop them, throw them in a pan with some olive oil and salt and pepper, and they are fantastic. And believe it or not, if you do a Google search for "can you eat broccoli leaves," you'll find out that a lot of people do eat them. And even on Oprah Winfrey's website, there was a nice article about the fact that the broccoli leaves actually have like 9 times more vitamin A than the florets do. So don't be just taking them and throwing them away at the end of the season, or as your season goes, the broccoli plants don't need all their leaves. Like this one looks kind of ratty, where maybe some caterpillars or something are eating it. But I think I'm going to go ahead and pull that one. Some of these along the outside, leave enough leaves so the broccoli can pull nutrients from the sun, and I'll still be eating these because they are great. I really was surprised that broccoli leaves are edible and really good. My wife and I, as we were eating them, we're thinking, well, they taste a little different than the collards do. Now here's the collards. Nikki's been pulling some kind of what she thinks are bad leaves off of them, but we'll have a little bit more broccoli over here. But we've been eating collards now for about 5 or 6 weeks. And you can see how she pulls the leaves off the outside. That's what we do. We kind of pull the leaves from the outside and leave the inside one so they can come back up. And they keep growing all during the winter. We've probably had, I'm guessing, a dozen messes of collards. I mean, we just fry them up. We use some collard seasoning that you buy at Walmart. It's really good. So over here is more broccoli. And you can see the florets are starting to really come up and look nice. This is my spinach. I had a viewer say that they were disappointed their spinach looked like little pieces of grass coming up. Well, that's exactly what it looks like when it first comes up. It looks like grass. First year I planted spinach, I made the mistake of thinking it was grass. I thought I'd bought grass seed from the Morganton feeding seed by mistake. And so I dug it up, but no, it turns into spinach. Now this is a little bitty over here because I've been taking scissors and coming out and cutting this and making salads. And you can see it's coming right back up where I cut it off with the scissors. This over here I've not cut yet. So I make my salads out of the spinach here. It's awesome. It's a foggy day. It rained a lot last night. Praise the Lord, we needed the rain. We got all kinds of traffic on the road because there's an auction up the hill this morning. So people are getting ready to go look at the auction stuff. This is my kale. And man alive, I cannot eat enough of the kale to stay ahead of it. So I've got this jungle of kale here. And it's really good. I have to almost be in a mood to really want to eat kale. I usually eat it a couple times a week, but the collards, man, we eat a lot of collards. So this is how it's going on November 16th. And have a little onion that was left over from last summer that Nikki's just letting it grow. The asparagus is turning browner, and as soon as all of it goes totally brown, we'll cut it off about 6 inches from the top of the ground, those little stalks. The only reason we do that is because we read online you're supposed to do that, so we do. This is the new asparagus that we planted this year. This has been in the ground its 2nd year, so next year we start eating that asparagus. And over here are the Brussels sprouts, which it's the first time I've ever grown Brussels sprouts, so I don't know exactly what to expect. I'm not sure when the sprouts start to come up, so I'm sure they're going to emerge from in there somewhere. And just for fun, I might eat one of those leaves just to see if it's good too. But that's kind of how the garden's looking. It's sort of a mess right now, but still pretty cool. That's where the sweet potatoes were. over there where all it's been dug up, and I still don't know if I've got all the sweet potatoes out. We had about 120 pounds of sweet potatoes this year that we dug. Nikki just had a bunch of wildflowers and stuff growing there just to kind of attract the bees. And that's it. That's our crazy little garden. Grapes have all gone dormant and everything. Blueberries are pretty much asleep. Fig trees have grown pretty good this year. All the leaves have fallen off those though. So a lot of fun. Tried to shoot a video earlier this morning. The batteries on my GoPro died. I would love for y'all to see Socks. He comes out, the cat, and he stays out here most of the time. I don't know where he is now. He's off hunting somewhere else, but we have this little cat called Socks. If you look on my YouTube channel and do a search for Socks, I'm sure you'll probably find him. And he does a great job keeping all the little varmints out of our garden. Really worthwhile thing to have a good garden cat. But anyway, here we are, you know, happiness and peace and joy to all from Mineral Springs Mountain in western North Carolina near Valdez. I'm going to go inside and get ready for a morning meeting that I have on this Saturday morning. Y'all be cool, and happy gardening to all.